There you go. There we go. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna share my screen. I'm gonna start the stream off by uh going over a PSA about safety on games. And I'm gonna use a very specific game as an example. Um, I'm gonna use a very specific game as an example because I quite frankly don't have another one right now because I'm not on my PlayStation, but still it could work. I could actually demonstrate what I'm talking about. Yeah, because that's at some point, hearing Ray talk about who he likes and who he doesn't like just gets boring. So, uh, yeah. Okay. So here's the game, right? It turns out now what had happened. This happened. When was it? A month ago, right? So a month ago, I was doing a live. Um, I was live streaming this game, and out of nowhere, some random person just jumps in my lobby and starts playing with me and starts talking to me, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this? I didn't invite you." And it spooked me because I was like, "Holy shit! Like, what the hell? Like, what is going on?" And it turns out that what exactly happened was, so that person jumps in, right? My audio gets sliced in half. So my entire stream just goes dead quiet because no one can hear what I'm saying. And it's because this other person joined in that my audio gets sliced in half because it prioritizes voice chat over in-game audio. So since it does that, it like slices my game audio in half, right? And then again, I reiterate, what's spooky is that this guy was able to just randomly join my lobby without my permission, without, me getting a heads up or anything. This guy was just able to join like randomly. And that's what kind of spooked me a little bit. So for this game, I go to Reddit and find a place where they tell you how to change that, and that's kind of the topic of the video, um, or the stream or whatever the fuck. I'm just like doing a short PSA. Uh, there are ways in which you can both limit your accessibility and limit who you have as limit who can access you through games, and how to monitor it actively. And sometimes it's built into the game, like I'm going to demonstrate. This is just an example. I can't actually show my PlayStation or how I do it because um I don't have it in front of me right now. But what I can show is how I stopped it from happening here. So I'm pretty sure at some point I don't I? Wow. Okay. So all right, so it's on a different video. So I'll actually show what happened. I'll actually show what happened. Part 9. It should be part 9. Part 9 towards the end. Yeah, it was part 9 towards the end. Right there. All right, so I'm gonna share the screen. So it was right around here towards the end where this other person joins in. Wait for it to happen.
The Court of Owls hideout.
So it hasn't happened yet. I think it happens here. Oh, right here.
Yeah.
So listen to this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You heard how my game gets sliced in half audio-wise? It's because this person right here, whoever the hell they are, joined my game randomly. And the system detected that and it turned my volume way down. And that had me spooked because I was like, "Hey, I'm playing this game alone and single player, and I'm not trying to play with anyone else. How the fuck did this guy manage to find my lobby, you know?" Now, at first I was, thinking of myself, right? But then especially yesterday or whenever Edward had that panel, uh, I was like, what if I had been a kid? What if I had been a kid just playing my game and then just some random ass adult comes in and starts trying to you know mess around and do shit that he probably shouldn't be doing. That'd be bad. So if your game is set to an accessibility where anyone can join your game, then you're opening yourself up to those problems. So I was speaking, right? Or here I was talking, right? But then I couldn't hear jack shit because this person joined my lobby and I was like, what the hell is happening? So I got out of there and I tried to go see what was wrong. Then I ended the stream because I was like freaking out. I was like, holy shit. But there's settings in individual games where you can change your mode of accessibility. It's called like uh you have it set to private and then you have it set to friends of friends. At least that's how they do it on the PlayStation. You have private, friends of friends, and then public, which means anyone, like absolutely anyone can find you. Um, but if you change, that's up to your, especially parents. That's down to them. So friends of friends. I'm not that like personally for me. I'm kind of over it, but I was just putting myself in the shoes of like, oh, what if I had been a kid? And then some rando just joins and then starts striking up a conversation that they shouldn't be striking up. So I'm talking more of in that sense now, and how not being privy to the settings on your game, and then having just some people who are up to no good just start making trouble in your neighborhood. Um, and it's just like it took me by surprise because I really wasn't expecting anyone to join. I had gone a good month without having anyone join. I keep in mind I had no idea that this feature existed. Um, at least I could control it on my game. Right? I had no idea that just I knew you could invite people to play missions alongside you, but then I had no clue that people could just randomly jump in. You know, I thought that your game was private right up until you make it public. I had no idea that the modality had it set to public right from the beginning. So I think I'm pretty lucky. I think I'm pretty lucky that I went that long without someone hopping in. So there's that. But then, God, I wish I had my game in front of me right now. I could actually try and search it up just to see what I'm talking about. I can try and search this other bit up. Uh, so nope, I don't think I can find it, but I found it on Reddit, where at least on Gotham Knights you hold down the D-pad and then you scroll to find the modality you want, and then if you want private, then it can keep you at private. Um, but mine's was set to public. That's why someone was able to join very easily. And I was like, holy shit, like no, I want to play by myself. So I did that. I changed that, and yeah, that's pretty much that was pretty much it. It's it's I didn't know about the in-game portion. I thought you had to control it exactly from the PS5, but then you could control it right from the game itself. So that's why I spoke on Ed's what do you call it, on Ed's panel about the because someone mentioning the I think it was LB that was talking about the Xbox and people playing games, and there being creeps on the internet, and that was like uh yeah, I could put my input on that. So yeah, and it depends because no two systems are the same. Your PS5 and your PS4s are going to be different from your Xboxes and your Xbox 360s. Even your Switches, dude. Oh my God, the sheer amount of what do you call it? Of creeps on, say, like Nintendo games geared specifically towards kids, because you're not gonna see Nintendo having like a cult. Like, I mean, they don't actively promote or take part in the creation of games like, because like I know for a fact there's FIFA and like Call of Duty for like Nintendo, but their games, the ones that they publish, are mainly for kids. So it's just they're geared more towards kids, and I think people with less than okay intentions would be willing to flock towards those sites, uh, towards Nintendo, and you know do what they will. Derpy 501st, what's up? Uh, so yeah, Nintendo is ripe for the picking because obviously they're more geared towards children. But you know, it can happen on any console. It can happen to it can happen to anyone pretty much. Arkham Origins is better than Asylum and Night. Yeah, I said it. I actually never played Arkham Origins, so I'm not sure what to say. I can't say anything because I just haven't played. I haven't experienced it. So But yeah, yeah, there's that. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I guess just keep your uh take the time out to take the time out to, what do you call it? To check on your no, check your kid's device. Take the time out to check on the privacy settings of your device, especially if you're a parent. Uh, you know, you don't want your kids, you know, chatting up the wrong kind of person. So yeah, if you stay on top of that, then you're pretty much guaranteed to make sure, or not pretty much guaranteed because anything could happen, but you have a better chance at staying on top of what your kid does on these gaming consoles and making sure they don't talk who to who they shouldn't be talking to. But yeah, I guess this was like a bit of a short PSA. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm not trying to like host a live at 3 in the morning. I'm not trying to do that. So uh hear me out on fan castings. Probably another time, bro. I'm shutting this thing down for tonight. Uh but yeah, I just wanted to say that pretty much. And yeah, take care of the gaming consoles that your kids use, and make sure they're not doing anything that you wouldn't do. And no matter, like, the moment you think you have it figured out, there's always going to be something that you've missed. And pretty much the moment you think you've one upped your kid is the moment that they're going to one up you, and one up you bad, you know. And it's like you'd rather, like, I'm pretty sure most parents would rather their kid like not like them and hate them for like a day than allow them to potentially fall victim to someone they really shouldn't be, you know, falling prey to. And it's always better to be safe than sorry. um like, I know for the older generation it's just difficult to it's difficult to stay on top of like the new advancements in technology and software and stuff, but then they actually make it pretty easy to for you to find out what you can do and what safeguards you can implement to keep your kids safe from online, you know, predation. Or, you know, but it's just all about having discretion, and it's all about just you using your intuition as a parent, um in order to just decide, hey, like, what's okay? Is my kid okay with this, or is my kid, you know, not okay doing this? It's super situational. And like, there may be parents who just don't who see that their kid is doing online shit, but then they have no way of turning it off. uh and then there may be that case where you just simply have to get in touch with whoever the kid's playing with. Like, if the kid has a friend at school and he has an Xbox and stuff, and, you know, they want to play together, then maybe the parent should just make sure that that kid is playing with that kid or his group of friends from school, and make sure like they go that extra yard to like get a hold of their parents, meet, and then make sure like they actually know that kid. And that's one way to like calm your own nerves, as to make sure they're not playing with strangers. uh but yeah. Yeah, that was pretty much all I needed to say. It's 3 a.m. I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, peace.